Hi, I'm Tom Glassman, and I've been photographing for well over 40 years. And I'm here with a few quick tips on how you can immediately start taking better photographs, whether you're an old pro or you're trying to master a new DSLR for the first time, or even if you only shoot with a cell phone. And the way we're going to do this is to look at two or three different photographs and discuss why they work, why they don't, composition, and more. My goal is to get you in and out quickly so you can spend more time shooting and less time watching me. So let's get started. Welcome back to episode 8. We've already released about 3 of these episodes, and this episode is going to be a little bit of damage control because there are 2 instances we've gotten some feedback. First one is a lot of my friends who know me, know my work, yelled at me because it was not clear that all the images I've been showing you and all the images I will show in the future are essentially done in the camera without Photoshop. I just use Photoshop to color correct my images, but I don't do layers or mask or saturate things or manipulate them at all. So he wanted me to make sure that everyone understood that all these images were conceived, in the camera and pretty much left untouched. The other damage control is sort of when I arrived at my own, and I was thinking about the title of this class, this episode. It's like how to see. And what I want to do is show you here and what came to my mind. This is one of the first images I showed you, and I was saying I saw this yellow against this, and a lot of people aren't going to see that right off the bat. And I realized that's not how it works for me either. And what I want to do is share with you the technique that I use, that I really go through when I begin to see things like this. In this case, what I saw, I was driving by, and I saw that large blurb of yellow. And it looked like it had promise. I saw this massive yellow. I said, okay, I'm going to pull the car over and see if there's a way I can make it work. So that is typically how most things operate. You see something that catches your eye, then you go over there and see, what can I do? Is there an image there? Can I make it work? And as I mentioned before, in this case, I had to stand in a certain area. You didn't see what was to right or left of that. I moved in close to fill the frame, but I liked the bright yellow against the dark here. Along those same lines, here is a case where I was in Bermuda, and what caught my eye, what I saw first, was this sort of white squiggle going down off in the distance. And I sort of moved in close, and I said, okay, there's something funky, a white geometric lightning bolt or something. Let me take a closer look. Is there some way I can make that work for an image? And what I liked was this blue here, the darker blue that's actually the same color, but it's just in shadow. This is ocean in the background, and this top white part of the pier, it's concrete pier, it hasn't been painted yet. So what I did, I shot this image to sort of get this stair step. I cropped everything out that was sort of extraneous, and I moved in close to fill the frame and just have sort of an interesting abstract there. Remember, I also talked about working the shot. In this case, I backed up a bit, and you can see the paintbrush down here where they're actually still painting the white up here and on the stairs. And so I moved back to get the little paint can. There was a lot of garbage underneath in the foreground down here, so I couldn't include that. So I sort of cropped off half the paintbrush can, but it still sort of told a story. And notice that I've moved in. There's nothing to the right or left of this. Again, it's filling the image. But what had caught my eye was this white streak against the dark blue and the lighter blue. And so here again, the lesson is pay attention to what's calling to you from the corner of your eye. See if you can make it work. We seem to be in a Bermuda mode here. What caught my eye here, and let me say, what I'm going to show you are a lot of amazingly mediocre shots. They are not great images, but it shows you, it's like a contact sheet. It shows you what I was thinking, what I was looking for, and to see if there's anything I could make it work. In this case, I like the shadow of the black against the white, and maybe just a bit of blue here. And you had different shades of white going on. It became a nice abstract, but what caught my eye was this going back and forth here, the black against the white. And this is my attempt to fill the frame, try and make it work as a nice abstract. And again, it's not a series of shapes you see every day, but it's probably something I wouldn't hang on my wall. In the Bermuda mode, continuing, here's another mediocre image, but you can see what I was thinking, what I was looking for. In this case, it's the white chimney with the red. It's sort of in the shadow here. And I was able to use the polarizer to saturate the sky, make it blue. And you have a red, white, and blue, and a black. Not a great image, but it's an interesting geometric thing. And this is a sort of exercise that will, I guess, let you practice your skills at looking for things. In this case, it's just abstracts. I liked the white against the blue. That was there. I saw the shadow in the red. I couldn't go down any lower or more to the left because then you got TV antennas and gutter pipes, rain gutters and this sort of thing. So you sort of fill the frame with what's essential and nothing that detracts. Once again, my God, all right, we're out of Bermuda now. Here we are in Florida. This is a case where I was passing by a strip mall in Tampa, and I had to run in and get some stuff at the pharmacy, and I came out, and I liked this kind of red here, and I could see the blue stucco behind it, and I was walking around and looking up. Remember, my advice to you is go out and shoot, look up, look down, and I've sort of trained myself to look for cracks and shadows and always what's up, what's against the sky. In this case, I got the blue sky against the white, against some other yellow adobe or stucco against the blue, and I use this to frame it. You sort of live with these shadows here. But it's just a series of fun shapes, colors, and patterns. But what caught my eye was the intense color here and then the color behind it, making them work. And by walking around, I saw this opportunity here. The last image I want to show you, and again, once again, these are not what I call great images, but this is a color photograph. And what caught my eye was this sort of stair-step jagged edge here. This is high noon. It's the shadow from the picket fence. And I liked it, but if you just sort of frame it like here, it's not a great image. So I kept moving back till I got the windows on either side. The windows were black. You had these parallel horizontal lines. You had the vertical lines here. You have the bright white, the dark black, and it makes for a mediocre image, but it's a good exercise. You learn how to focus, learn your f-stop. In this case, it's bright white, so you open up 2 stops. And it's, an example of what catches your eye here. And then the message is, or the lesson for today is, whatever catches your eye, what can you do to make it work? It may not always happen, and you just go away or just take a shot to feel better. But there you have it. So anyway, we will see you next time. Thanks for listening, and keep shooting. My young computer-savvy assistant reminds me that it's really important to ask for likes and subscribes. But I would also love some comments below discussing what we're diving into and what you might want to see in the future. With all that out of the way, thanks for watching and thanks for your patience. See you next episode.